Samantha from Jessima Tutorials here, and today I'm going to show you a really fun way to use up your scrap polymer clay. And for today we're going to be making scrap texture beads, and all you're going to need is some scrap polymer clay. You can even use a solid color clay if you have that, but I recommend using scrap because there's always scrap lying around and always looking for ways to use it up, so this is a nice way to use it. You're going to condition that scrap, which I have already done, so that it's nice and soft and ready to use. And then you're just going to take that, and I want you to form that into a solid piece of clay again, because you want to be creating a ball from it. So you need to make sure that everything is pressed together. There's no holes or air bubbles, because that will cause problems later on. So just spend a good amount of time squishing it. And this is something that I saw in some pottery making videos, where they will actually use wooden beads, I do believe, where they've kind of been engraved, and then they will roll it across the pottery clay to create a texture. And I thought that would be really fun to apply in terms of polymer clay art. So that is what I'm doing today. Now I have made enough here for 2 texture beads, and all you're going to do is you're going to take that and you are going to roll that into a ball. Doesn't have to be symmetrical, just make sure that it is a solid piece of clay, like so. And I'm going to be using 3 different tools. I'm going to be using one large ballpoint tool, one smaller ballpoint tool with 2 different ends, and then a piercing pin. And what you're going to do is you're going to grab any of these tools. There's no real particular way that you need to do this. All you're going to be doing is using those tools to create textures on this piece of clay that you've rolled out. And really you can do that in whichever manner you want. So I'm going to pop a few large pieces there, then I'm going to bring this over and pop another couple smaller pieces around. And really this is a really fun technique. There's no way to really go wrong with it. If at any point you're unhappy with the texture, you can ball it back up again and try again. The only point in which you're locked into this is once it's been baked. But yeah, there's lots of ways that you can do this. I'm going to use the piercing pin to actually create little flower patterns like so. The only thing that I would advise is when you're holding it in this hand, just be careful how hard you're pressing, because you don't want to flatten the texture out. So that is something just to bear in mind when you are working, is to hold it very lightly in this hand and to apply the pressure when using this hand. But otherwise it really is nice and simple, and I tell you, the results are really quite fantastic. You can also use this to then create a bunch of teeny tiny little dots. And these are just a couple of ideas. I actually recommend going and having a look at some pottery related photos and videos. There's so many cool ideas, and really a lot of them could be applied to polymer clay. So I definitely recommend having a look at that if you want some ideas. But you'll just continue applying texture like so in whichever manner you want, and don't worry about the piece being symmetrical, because when you roll it, that's again not going to matter. So just continue applying texture to the entire piece in whichever manner you want. Alright, and this is how it has ended up looking. Now at this point you would take this and bake it for a full hour at Primo's recommended temperature, or whatever your clay temperature is. I have already made texture beads before this video, and I'm going to bring those over, and here are those 2 texture beads that I have made, and they are the ones that are going to be used in tomorrow's tutorial, where I show how to actually apply these. But for now I am going to actually show you how they turn out when you use them on the clay. Also, before I do that, I do want to just point out where that snoring noise is coming from. You can see there my cat, Kit Kat, is sitting on my chair. I am currently standing right now, and she is snoring. Hopefully the camera can pick up that sound. But if you're wondering what the sound is in the background, it is her snoring, so happy cat sounds. Anyway, I just thought that I would point that out because she's a little louder than usual today. Alright, and I'm just going to use this leftover clay to demonstrate. Now what you want to do is you want to apply a layer of cornstarch to the surface first, because you don't want your texture beads to stick to the clay. So it's the same as you would do when you are using a regular texture stamp. You want to apply a non-stick, something non-stick, something dropped. You want to apply something non-stick so that these don't stick to the clay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take those and you're going to apply a lot of force while you do this. And you're going to take that and you're going to roll that across the clay like so. And you can apply a little less force and the texture will end up being a little more shallow. You can go back over previous textures. You can mix up the different texture balls that you have. You can leave space, or you can texture the entire thing. But as you can see, really a lot of fun, and you're going to get a different texture each and every time, so it's a nice way to make your pieces stand out, because even if you are using these, each time you use them they're going to come out different. So yes, I am going to show you how to apply those in a project, but that is essentially how you use them. They're really quite a lot of fun. So let me know in the comments below if you've tried to make those in the past, or if you are going to make them now that you know about them. And let me know if you're interested in seeing that video. It should come out tomorrow, unless something else gets in the way. It should pretty much come out tomorrow, but yeah. Let me know what you think. Was this an interesting tip and trick to you? And is there anything else that you would like me to cover in future tutorials? I do hope this was helpful. If it was, leave a like and subscribe, as I do videos like this just about every single day. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.